What's going on, everyone? My name is Anthony with Evolution Traders, and in this video it's going to be something a little different. It's going to be a new strategy, and the reason why I'm doing this is just to kind of show you that it is not the strategy, it is the executor of the strategy who is either making it work or making it fail. Now, I've mentioned many times before that there is 1,000 different indicators. Why is my chart so small? There's 1,000 different indicators. There is 1,000 different strategies that you can use. So what we are looking at here on the screen is just pure price action with the VWAP and these kind of outside bands of the VWAP. Right, so we've got the upper VWAP band, we've got the middle band, which is the VWAP, and we've got the lower band, right? So when we think about VWAP, volume weighted average price, what are we thinking of? This is the average price for the set time frame that you have, looking at the candlesticks, that's giving you where the accumulation of most of the orders are being placed. So typically, and we're looking at the NASDAQ 100 and we're looking at today's price action, which if any of you guys traded today's price action, you understood that today was not the most easiest day to trade, but because of the fact that it doesn't matter what strategy, it's the actual operator of the strategy and your emotions and your patience and your discipline that actually has anything to do with you actually making money in the market. I'm going to show you how easy it looks to kind of have made money today trading the VWAP, right? And I teach a bunch of different strategies. I teach one on YouTube all the time using the 20 SMA. But I want to show you guys something here. So if you kind of notice where we were trading at in the overnight session, we're trading in the pre-market section, we are still trading above VWAP. Okay, so we're above VWAP. Now, if you notice, 5 minutes before the close and off the open, we kind of dip down below VWAP, and then we immediately shoot up. Okay, I want to show you how you could have simply, if you were looking for this and you know how to trade VWAP and you're using this indicator, you could have done something like this right off the open, and it would have been as simple as this. Watch us open, watch us wick down, watch us wick back up, get over the VWAP, and then take it along. Simple as that, right? Where's your stop? Your stop would have been at 16,944. And then where are you selling? Into supply. So where would supply be? At that upper channel of that VWAP that I have on my screen. So if we notice where this first opening range 5 minute candle goes to, if you would have got in, let's pull up a 1 minute time frame, right? Let's pull up the 1 minute time frame so we could see exactly what's going on here. If you would have got in on the first 1 minute candle over, let's say this swing high or even this swing high, right? You would have gotten in at a price of 16,964 and you could have sold into supply close to 978. So you could have taken a quick little scalp here of 10 points. If you would have held it to see if we tested this upper VWAP channel here, you could have maybe taken 15 points, so forth and so forth. Let me go back to the 5 minute time frame because, again, I do not trade lower time frames besides a 2 minute on occasion, but I do normally don't trade anything else other than the 5 minute, and I use the 1 hour as supply zones. But let's kind of look how we test this upper channel here. We kind of ride into it and then we pull all the way back. And notice how when we pull all the way back, where do we stop? At the VWAP. Guys, this is not rocket science. It doesn't matter what indicator I'm using. I can start justifying trades using any indicator. I can justify trades using any strategy. So one trader could say when we pull back to VWAP and we test, we buy the bounce. And as long as we use a previous 5 minute candle low as a stop, well, here's our stop. We would have been able to catch this little bit of move off VWAP for around, this was 957 all the way up to 980, and then it goes all the way up to 991. Essentially 20-30 points here in a matter of 5 to 10 minutes. Notice how when we pull back into VWAP the second time after hitting the channel, we give it a little bit of a reversal candlestick. What's our stop? Anything below the low wick. And when green candle, and I've taught this method before, when green candle takes off red off of a support zone, you can go long. Entry price would have been at 16,982. And where would you be selling? Just looking at the charts, where would you sell? Into upper VWAP channel here, guys. Into supply, into resistance. So you get in from 16,000 982, and you would be selling into 17,000, into 1705, into 1710, and then you're going to cut your trade. Now, what would you think, just based off this basic strategy using VWAP, what would you say the next potential play is? What would you think that the next potential play is? Pull back into VWAP, wait for us to bounce off of VWAP, green candle takes out red, we get in, we use the previous low as a stop. Yes? Okay. Pull back into VWAP, break below VWAP, use the low as a stop. When green takes out red, right? This is red. When green takes out red, you get in. Okay. Some of you are going to be thinking, that's not green. That's not red. It's green. Guys, this is red. It didn't take out the previous high. It's pulled back. Even though the color is red, it's red. It didn't take out the previous high. So when green takes out red, which means green is taking out a previous high, you get in. It's 9:15 in the morning. You could have essentially got in at 16,975, and you could have ridden this all the way up to 17,000. So let's do let's just continue the narrative. Next setup, pulled back into VWAP, lost VWAP, bounces, gets back over VWAP. Again, same thing. Once we have a preceding candle, take out red, right? This is red, even though the candle's green. Again, I want you guys to understand, this candle's red in my eyes because it didn't take out a previous 5-minute candle high. So if it didn't take out a previous candle, it's still red. This is red. This is red. This is green. Now we take it out here. You would have got in over 16,982. Where's your stop? Where's your stop? Where's your stop? The low price below VWAP. So 965, 982, that's your range, less than 20 points. And this goes from a price of 982 all the way up to 17,000 again. Guys, another 18 points. You could have essentially did this all day and made money. Now, how many of you did that? How many of you guys have heard of VWAP? How many of you guys have seen this indicator on your charts? How many of you guys have, heard someone else talk about VWAP? The moral of the story and the reason why I made this video is because it doesn't matter. And I'm doing this as proof. It does not matter what the strategy is. It does not matter what indicator you're using. What it comes down to is, if you are a trader, you have to be looking at something. You have to be waiting for something to happen. And when that one thing happens, you need to be ready to execute. Now, if you have no confidence in your strategy and you have no confidence in the technicals and no confidence in how much position size you're putting on the table, every single move, every single down tick, every single little tick that goes against you is going to feel like the end of the world. But if you would have known that VWAP is here and we're going to stay with inside or just right at it, the upper channel, and stay with inside or right at the lower channel, then you're going to buy at VWAP, sell at the upper channel, buy at VWAP, sell at the upper channel, buy at VWAP, sell at the upper channel, buy at VWAP, sell towards the up of the channel, buy at VWAP, sell towards the up of the channel. Does that make sense? So it's not the strategy. It's the person behind the strategy. Are you playing the right amount of contracts, or are you sizing too heavy? Are you taking the trades when they're setting up, or are you ignoring them because you think something else is going to happen? A lot of times traders tend to make up a narrative in their heads, and they tend to roll with that narrative that's going on inside their heads, other than using an actual technical indicator or technical reason why they're entering or exiting a trade. It doesn't matter if this is a 20 SMA strategy. It doesn't matter if we're looking at VWAP. It doesn't matter if we're playing the 200. It doesn't matter if we're playing RSI. It doesn't matter if we're playing the MACD. It doesn't matter if we're playing pivot points. I'm going to do a whole bunch of videos right now, and I'm going to show you guys different strategies in different ways that you can play them and how you should have made money, and yet you didn't. Did you finish green today? If you did not, it's because, one, you didn't trust the strategy and roll with the price action when you got your setup. It's because you did not trade at all, which is fine. That's okay. Or it's because you took trades outside your process looking for many different strategies, and then you won on one strategy, you lost on another, you got chopped up on another, you won on one, you gave back a big loss on another. Something was wrong. It's not the strategy, it's the trader. When are you going to understand? It's not the strategy, it's the trader. I teach a couple of different strategies, and I have a whole system that I teach in Evolution Traders, where, I mean, we're looking at every single supply and demand zone, from the 5 all the way down to the 200 and everything in between, and linear regressions, Bollinger Bands. We're looking at everything. That's for a little bit more of an experienced trader. But what I'm saying is that we can make up and we can formulate a system based on any indicator, and it is now an edge. It is now a strategy. But how well are we going to execute on the strategy? I'm going to bring up another video. If you guys want to see these types of videos, I'm going to pull up something else. I'm going to show you guys how beautiful this strategy, this new strategy that I'm going to teach you guys, would have gave you awesome setups, but yet you didn't take them because you had no idea what you're looking for. And you're just looking at the candlesticks and you're going green, you're going red, you're going red, you're going green, you're buying, you're selling, you're selling, you're buying. I want you guys all, before the market opens tomorrow, to write out a plan. What is your strategy? What is your normal position size? When are you going to take a trade? What is your stop loss? What are your rules? And I want you to stick to that for 5 days. I want you to follow it to a T. I want you to report back and let me know how your results were following your edge to a 100% T. Many of you guys will never even make it to 5 days trading the same thing, following the same rules, because you lack discipline and you lack confidence. That is why many traders tend to get eaten up in these live markets. And that is why 90% fail. And that is why there's only a select few that are able to actually pull money out of the markets. And I don't mean catching a lucky trade. I mean consistently, day in and day out, week after week, quarter after quarter, year after year, can successfully pull money out, because this is a very difficult business. I would never tell anyone that this is an easy business. Matter of fact, I tell people that this is probably one of the most stupidest businesses that you can get involved in. But if you love it, you are excited about it, and you are truly interested in this business, it is one of the most rewarding. But if you are just in this business because you know you can make fast money, or you know that if you learn a successful system, you're going to make fast money, you're going to fail, because all you're looking at is the dollars. You have to live, breathe, eat, sleep this trading business. Strategies, risk management, emotional discipline. Guys, I went out tonight. I enjoyed a nice meal. I enjoyed a beer. I enjoyed good conversation with good company. And I'm back. And what am I doing? I am working, because I truly enjoy this business. Not only do I love to trade, and I love what it's done for myself, I love what it's done for my family, but I love to educate, and I love to bring people on the same journey and bring people on the same ride. Because like one of the members in Evolution Traders mentioned today, I said, I told a member today, I said, you don't need me anymore. You don't need this community anymore. You can do this on your own. You can go wherever, never log on to the community again, never log into Discord, never come on YouTube again, and you would be set for life because you have the skill set for life. Why do you still show up every single day? He said, quite frankly, because showing up every day, talking to the guys, having people to trade with is a hell of a lot funner than trading by myself. I want you guys to think about that for a second. I'll let all of you guys go, and I'll see you guys on the next video.